Yep, middle of the week already. I don't know how that happens, but here we are. So let's start to line everything up. Yeah, and find a nice mountain pose, grounding through the feet. Lifting the toes, spreading them out, bringing them back down so the feet are nice and big. Everything's lined up, ankles, hips, shoulders, ears. Palms forward, heart is open. And begin smoothing out your breath. So then as your breath smooths out, then go ahead and deepen it. We are in the waxing crescent phase of the moon still now. So you might envision how the moon is gathering light as your breath increases and you are getting ever more energy flowing through you. Breath moving smoothly. And we'll just add a little bit of arms to this. So with your palms out, exhale. Take a nice deep breath in as you draw your arms overhead, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Palms touch and hands come heart center. And just do 2 more circle breaths like that at your own pace. Breathing as much as you can, keeping the feet grounded, and then exhale. And after your second round of this, just come back, hands to heart. All right, so let's shake out a little more and we'll begin our spinal series. The feet are wider than hip width distance apart. We're going to let the knees and hips participate. They'll be nice and soft and bendy, okay? And we're going to take the right hand to the left shoulder, left hand to the right. Gently bend the knees, hips back and round into your cat. And then open wide for cow. Now the left hand goes first, then the right hand round into cat. Open cow. Right hand first, cat. Open cow. Left hand first, cat. And cow. Last round, the right hand goes first, cat. Open to cow. And final time through, left hand goes first, cat. Open cow. And then just come back to center and shake things out. We're going to do crescent side to side. So the feet are going to be hip width distance apart and super grounded. We want the feet to stay grounded here, so all of the work is happening in the side body. Bring your arms up. Now, if this bothers your shoulders at any time, you can work with your elbows bent. Interlace your fingers and point your index fingers to the sky here. Okay, now without lifting the shoulders to the ears, raise your ribs away from your hips. Inhale, tilt left, keep that right foot grounded. Come on up to center, tilt right, keep the left foot grounded. And come on up to center and we crescent back over to the left. And up, very intentional with this one, to the right and up, waking up the side body, keeping the shoulders stacked, just like we do for triangle, to the left and to the right. Now we're going to come over to the left, Keep that right foot grounded and let the hands separate, the arms go parallel. Bring it up, interlace, take it right, left foot stays grounded, release. Bring it up. We're going back over to the left, one more time, release. Now take your right shoulder back and shine your heart up toward the sky. Come center and up and tilt to the right. Release, left shoulder back, heart shines up to the sky, come center. Bring your hands together and exhale, gentle forward fold. Let the knees and hips be soft. You can keep your head high, you can go low, wherever it feels like it's right for you to go. Slowly float up. And let's take this down into a forward fold one more time. And slowly float up, palms touch, hands come heart center. And release your arms by your side. All right. We'll be doing more twisting from seated, but right now we're just going to do a little gentle twisting to wake up the side body. So take your feet mat width distance apart, okay? And it's the toes can face out here. It's going to be a little more natural as we just reach to the left. Maybe let the heels come up if they want to. Reach left, reach right. Just warming things up here. Nice and gentle here. Left, right, one last time, and come back to center. All right, so let's go ahead and come back to mountain pose. See if you can feel your breath now. Take some nice deep breaths here. Inhale and exhale. And come to the back of your mat. So, as I mentioned, we will be doing knee down, revolved plank, and then possibly knee up. That's going to be an option for you as well. But we'll all start here at the back of the mat. Okay, mountain pose. Inhale, float your arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Take a half lift, fingertips down, walk forward to plank. So you could be knees up or knees down here in this plank. And then come into a downward facing dog. Bring your right knee down. It's directly under your hip. Spin your left foot down. Right hand stays on the mat. Left arm reaches up. Revolved, knee down, plank, side plank. And release the left hand down. Come back to downward facing dog. Left knee down, right foot spins down, right arm comes up, side plank to the right. Right arm down, come back up, downward facing dog. Walk your hands back towards your feet and float the arms out and up, palms touch. And hands come heart center. Okay, we're going back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Walk it forward to a plank. Down dog. Right knee down, spin open. Stay here or extend your right leg so you have both knees up for this side plank. Left hand down, downward facing dog. Left knee down, spin open. And possibly straighten the bottom leg. One side may do it and one side may not, doesn't matter. All right, let's come into downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale, and walk your hands back toward your feet. Float the arms out and up, palms touch, and hands come heart center, and release. All right, so either one of those versions you can do this time, right? Keep your knee down or start with the knee down and bring the knee up. And then I'm going to show you the side plank straight into 2 knees up, okay? You can decide which one you're going to do. So here we go, feet are hip width distance. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Bring your hands down. Come forward. We're going into plank here. Down dog. All right, now you may want to bring your right knee down and do what we just did. Or you can come back to plank with your knees up, spin, open to the right. Just a different way of getting here. Left hand down, down dog. Left knee down, go that way, or come back to plank, open to the right. Right hand down, down dog. And let's go ahead and pedal our feet in this down dog. Press one heel down and hold. Press the other heel down and hold. Press both heels down and hold. Bring your knees down and sit off to the side. Oh. Find seated mountain pose and shake everything out. All right. Inhale and exhale. All right, so we're going to do, as I mentioned, we're going to do a little twisting from here. You can keep your legs straight if you have a strong preference for that, or just cross them. Okay. Spine is nice and long here. Inhale, float the arms up. We're still taking the ribs away from the hips here. Now turn to the right, left hand outside of right leg, right hand by your right hip. Turn your gaze towards your right shoulder. Come on up. Lift and switch sides. So when we're seated, the hips don't move. We have to twist from the waist here. That's what we're doing. Take your gaze towards your left shoulder. And bring it up. All right, bring your hands down. Change the cross of your legs. Inhale up. Ribs away from hips. Twist right hands down. Lengthen your spine, twist a little deeper, turn your gaze towards your right shoulder, and on your exhale, turn your gaze to the left. Now turn your gaze back to the right, float your right arm up by your ear, holding on to your right thigh with your left hand, tilt over your left leg. All right, bring it back. Untwist, arms up, inhale, nice and long, exhale, twist left, lengthen some more, twist a little deeper, gaze towards your left shoulder. As you exhale, turn your gaze to the right. Next exhale, turn your gaze back to the left, float your left arm up by your ear, holding on to the left thigh with the right hand, tilt over your right leg. And come on up, bring your hands down, and give everything a nice crazy shake. Take your legs long if they've been crossed. Everybody shake everything out. Okay, are we good here? All right, so that we just did a whole bunch of planks. That was a lot of core work. We're going to continue our core work, but we're going to do dead bug. So it's not the most intense core work that we do, but we've already done quite a bit. So we're just going to do the dead bug now. All right, so let's lay back. You guys know several dead bug variations, including putting both feet on the mat. And of course, in the chair, you're going to lift one knee and one arm, right? Alternate like that. All right, so you know you can do this with 2 feet down. So let's just start with 2 knees up. If you want to do it with your feet down, go ahead. All right, so we've got the knees to tabletop. We're going to take the arms up. Arms are straight up. Now we extend the right leg, bring the left arm back, bring the right knee back to tabletop. Extend the left leg, bring the right arm back, left knee back to tabletop. And let's just continue alternating slowly Left leg, right arm. Right leg, left arm. And keep going. Always bringing the knees back to tabletop. We started right knee, left arm. So the next time you go left leg, right arm, you'll be even. Draw your knees in and rock around side to side. All right. I felt that more than I thought I would. Anybody else raise a leg if that, when you have both knees up, right? Just being here in tabletop requires a lot from your core. All right, let's bring both feet down, both arms up, and we're going to try this double leg style here, okay? So we'll start with the feet down. Extend both arms, both legs, and bring it in. And keep going. Now this may not work at all for your back with two legs, so just go ahead and do it alternating sides, okay? One more, double, double. And bring it in. All right, go ahead and rock side to side, release your spine a bit. And the final thing we're going to do with this now is try double, double with the knees up. Let's try it one time. Arms and legs, extend both arms, both legs, and bring it in. And if that doesn't work for you, go with one of the other versions. Let's do this 3 more times. We go 1, 2, and 3. All right, hug it in, rock side to side. We'll do some standing obliques. Promise to remind me, okay? Don't let me forget the standing obliques later on in practice. And go ahead and wave your knees, open and close, little butterfly wings here. And we're going to come to seated and work the hips from here. So lean back with a long spine. Just pick your feet up a little bit off the mat, okay? Of course, in the chair, you'll just cross at the ankles and fold forward. Cross your right ankle in front of your left. Bring your arms overhead. And as you come down, bring your hands to the mat. Gaze past your fingertips. Can you feel your right hip now? Can you feel that? We're going to bring it up. Arms overhead, just lift the feet enough so that you can change the cross of the ankles. Left ankle is in front. We fold forward, bring the hands to the mat, gaze past the fingertips. Okay, and we're focused on the left hip now. Okay, let's bring it back up. Right ankle in front and fold. Keep your spine long, keep your gaze going past your fingertips. Bring it up, left ankle in front, and fold. Bring it up, right ankle in front. We fold, stay here. Now press your hands into the mat as you shine your heart forward, inhale, and as you exhale, maybe wiggle those fingers a little farther forward. Keep your spine long, gaze past the fingers. And now walk your hands 2 steps over to the right. Start to walk your right fingertips away. So we've got lots of length in both sides of the body. And then walk your hands back to center and 2 steps over to the left. Now walk your left fingertips away. Come back to center, press into the hands, look up, shine your heart forward, exhale, melt. All right, we're going to lift up, change the cross of the ankles, and take it down. Palms to the mat, gaze past the fingertips, press your hands into the mat, shine your heart forward, exhale. Maybe move a little deeper into this if that's there for you, maybe not. Walk your hands 2 steps over to the left and walk those left fingertips away. Come back through center. Walk the hands over to the right and walk the right fingertips away. Come back to center, and one last time, press hands into the mat, shine the heart forward. Inhale, exhale, melt. All right, lift the arms and uncross the legs. Give everything a crazy shake. Okay, we're going to be working high crescent and low crescent tonight, so we're really going to get those hip flexors as well. What we just did was for the outer leg, the outer hips. Okay, all right. Are we good? Let's come to hands and knees. It's starting to look like autumn out there, isn't it? So we might be raking a lot of leaves soon. So let's get those arms nice and strong for that. Come into your knee down plank. All right, and push up. Hips toward heels. You can turn this into a knee up plank anytime you want. And so it's plank, push up, hips toward heels, plank, push up, hips toward heels, and last time, plank, push up, press back to child's pose. So your head is touching something, right? If your head is on the mat comfortably, or you put a block or something under it, you might choose to bring your hands by your feet. You might choose to keep your arms extended. See what's feeling good to you. And then see how airy and light you can feel as you float back up and float into downward facing dog. And when you get to your dog, start to walk your feet towards your hands, taking the feet a little wider each time till you're mat width distance apart. Bring your forearms to your thighs. Bring your hands to your heart. Press through the feet. Inhale, fingertips up. Inhale, inhale, and step into mountain pose as you exhale. All right, shake it out. All right, so we are going to work on our high crescent lunge, and then we'll do sun salutations with a low crescent lunge and a high crescent lunge option. The high crescent lunge is serious balance pose, right? So there's a couple of things you can do. You can be near something to steady yourself, either a chair or a wall, okay? Or when we step back with the heel lifted, if you start to feel wobbly, you can bring your back heel down. All right, so let's find mountain pose at the top of the mat. Now we want the feet to be grounded, right? We start out with grounded feet. Everything is nice and lined up. And we're going for high crescent lunge here. Bring your hands to your hips. Find your drishti, right? That point where you can look ahead and it's steady. Nothing is moving. The breath is steady. Take a big step back with your right leg. The heel is lifted. Your left knee bends. Okay, your knee is over your ankle. Now your thighs are magnetized together, right? They're heading toward each other. That brings more stability. Everybody good here? Now we're going to lengthen the arms forward and draw up. High crescent lunge. Step forward. Bring your arms down. Left leg all the way back. The sides might be different, right? Right knee over right ankle. Left leg is back. Remember, you can steady yourself on something or bring your back foot down. Okay? And we draw the arms long, spine long, come up, high crescent lunge. And step forward. Yes, now we're going to have a little fun with that. Okay? Yes, we are. All right. So feet are hip width distance apart. Hands to the hips. We're going to take a big step back with the right leg. Bend the left knee, finding our high crescent lunge. Now, bend your right knee, deepen the bend in the left knee, elbows to waist, and press up. Bend. Press up. Bend. Press up. This time we're going to bend, and as we press up, step forward and release. I told you that would be fun. All right, let's do it on the left. The left side has to have as much fun as the right. Here we go. Take it back. Heel up. Right knee bends. Take it up. And we bend. Lift. Bend. Lift. Bend. Lift. Getting ready here. Bend. Step forward and release. All right. So that was the high crescent lunge. We'll move into sun salutations. And step forward and release when you're ready. We'll move into sun salutations. Our first round will be with the low crescent lunge. Make sure that you have padding for your knees. Second round will be option to move into high crescent lunge. Okay? All right, here we go. Feet are hip width distance. Float the arms up, inhale. Exhale, swan dive, long spine, straight legs, folding from the hip creases. Straight leg, half lift, shine your heart forward. Bend the knees and hips, fingertips down, lunge back right. Right knee down, low crescent lunge. Nice familiar pose here. Now, we want that right knee behind the right hip, and we want the hips moving forward, so you really feel this in your front hip flexor on the right. Hands down, knee up or down plank. Remember, if you're in a knee up plank, roll to the tops of your toes, the very tops of your toes, and then chaturanga down. Point your toes behind you. We'll do a little cobra here. And come into downward facing dog. However you want to get there. Inhale and exhale. Let's take that right leg up. Take a big step forward. Wherever your foot lands, it's fine. Bring your left knee down and arrange yourself. Low crescent lunge, left knee, pressing the hips forward, getting that nice extension in the front hip flexor. Hands down. Now tuck your back toes, lift the knee. Engage all of your muscles so strongly that you don't even need your hands here. You're just one ball of muscle. Lightly place your fingertips on the mat. And one big step forward with your back leg. Take a half lift, forward fold, and float the arms out and up, palms touch. And hands come heart center. Let's take a couple of breaths here. So our next round, we're going to be starting on the left, okay? And we worked on our high crescent lunge, but remember, you're going to be coming into it differently, so it's going to it's going to be a balance challenge. All right, so just be careful. You can continue with the knee down crescent lunge if you prefer. Remember, you can always have something nearby to steady yourself, or you can bring your back heel down. All right, let's go. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Take a half lift, shine your heart forward. Bend everything down, step back left, lunge. From here, if you're going low lunge, bring your left knee down. Otherwise, engage your core. Your back heel is lifted, right? It's going to be a challenge. Magnetize your thighs toward each other and slowly lift into high crescent lunge. Yeah. There it is. Bring your hands down. Knee up or knee down plank. Chaturanga. Yes, take it down. All right, so we're going to work with that cobra a little bit. Just slide your hands down a few inches from your shoulders. Now we're going to use the hands to help lift us more deeply into cobra. Shoulders toward the ears, down the spine, pressing into the hands, which we usually don't do, but we are now. Shine your heart forward, cobra. Yep. And release. Whew. Keep your hands where they are or slide them a couple more inches down. And again, shoulders toward the ears, down the spine, cobra. Good, and release. All right, we're going to do a little spinal release here because we've been doing a lot of back bending. Place one hand on top of the other. Rest your forehead on your hands, bend your knees, and rock your legs side to side. Now come back to center, lift into downward facing dog. Maybe you're going table to dog, maybe you're doing a lift up with a long spine up and back. Either way, okay. And you're going to decide high lunge or low. Left leg up, step forward, back knee down if you're going low lunge, or back knee up if you're going high lunge. Carefully lift the arms. All right, and we're just going to take one big step forward. Whew. Exhale, hands down, and shake things out. All right. Everybody good? Good to go? That was a lot. We're going to calm things down. We're going to do the kind cousin of the sun salutation. We'll do a moon salutation, all right? And that involves a triangle and it involves a pyramid. So we're not going to be doing half moon as part of it, but we are going to be doing triangle and pyramid. So because we'll be moving into triangle, position yourself on your mat so that when your legs are triangle wide, you're still on your mat, right? Okay. We start with the feet hip-width distance apart. Take a few breaths. Float the arms up, inhale, and sway. We're daisy. Remember how we kept the feet planted for our tilting? We still want to keep the feet planted for our daisies here too. Now open 5-pointed star, toes out, moonflower, knees bend, elbows bend. Back to 5-pointed star. Turn your right toes to the right, left toes in at an angle, arms are out. We're preparing for triangle. We're going to warm it up first. Reach to the right, come up. Reach right, come up. Reach, come up. Now this time we reach, reach, reach. Drop that right hand wherever it lands on the leg, stacking the shoulders, left arm up. If this bothers your shoulder, you could certainly have your hand on your hip. Now take your gaze toward your right toes, then toward the center of your space, and then take your gaze toward your left fingertips. Put a little bend in your right knee. Follow your left hand as it comes down to your right leg. It might land on the thigh, it might land on the shin, and just fold over your right leg. Some people's hands, the fingertips might reach the mat, so decide where you are with this. Keep a slight bend in that knee. Here's our pyramid, head to knee pose. Now float yourself back open into triangle. Lift up. All 10 toes out. 5-pointed star. Moonflower. Spring together and sway. And release. All right. Make sure you're positioned where you need to be for the wide-legged parts of this triangle. Okay. Find mountain pose. We'll be doing the same thing to the left this time. Arms up, inhale, and daisy. Open wide, 5-pointed star, toes turning out. Bend everything down for moonflower. Reach back up, 5-pointed star. Left toes to the left, right toes in at an angle. Arms out from the shoulders, preparing for triangle. Reach to the left. Reach. Reach. Now we reach, reach, reach. Left hand drops. Wherever it lands on the left leg is where it belongs. Right arm is up, or the right hand might even be at the hip. Gaze toward your left toes. Center of your space. Right fingertips. Now put a little bend in your left knee and follow your right hand down to the left leg. You might be on your thigh here with 2 hands. You might be gently on your shin. Your fingertips might be on the mat. Float yourself back open into pyramid, shoulders stacked. And bring it up, toes out, 5-pointed star, moonflower, spring together, and daisy. And release. All right, let's give the shoulders a hot second here to just relax. We're going to go through that one more time without stopping in the middle, all right? And remember, this is meant to be a counter pose to a sun salutation. So just keep it flowy and breezy, okay? It's not all that muscular intensity that we get in our sun salutations. Okay, starting mountain pose here. Inhale, float the arms up and we daisy. Open, 5-pointed star, toes out, moonflower. 5-pointed star to the right, right toes to the right. Reaching triangle. Turn your gaze from your toes, right toes, to the left fingertips. Bend in the right knee. Left hand, follow it down. Find your pyramid. This is also called head to knee, so give you a better idea of where we're going with that. Float into a triangle. 5-pointed star, moonflower, spring together. Here we go, daisy. Five-pointed star, moonflower, back to 5-pointed star, triangle to the left, left toes to the left. Reach, 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 shoulders stacked. Triangle, gaze toward your left toes, turn your gaze up toward your right fingertips, little bend in your left knee, pyramid, head to knee pose here. Float back up into triangle, 5-pointed star, moonflower. Here's the most fun we're going to have all night. Spring together. Yep, and daisy. 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 Daisy, and come back back to mountain pose. All right, and just spend a moment here. Feel both feet nice and grounded. You might even close your eyes and just visualize how things feel. Visualize yourself going through that sequence. All right, now start to scan your body from head to toe and take any final movements while we're standing that your body is calling for. And then bring yourself back to mountain pose. We're going to do a standing camel before we come down. It's one more heart opening pose here. So with the feet hip-width distance apart, place both hands on your hips with the fingertips down. Roll your elbows toward each other and then lift your heart. Remember, when we lift the heart, we're not throwing the head back. The head is coming along for the ride. Lift your heart. Gazing up toward the sky. Feel that opening in the shoulders and come on up. All right, shake it out. Now you could stay right there if you want with your hands here, or this time you can let your hands slide down your legs if you want to go into a little deeper of a back bend. So we start with the hands in the same place. Elbows are heading toward each other. Arch your back, shine up, roll your hands down or leave them where they are, standing camel, and come on up, and let's just find ourselves in mountain pose, okay? We will do spinal release when we get down to the mat, okay? All right, so collect anything that you want to have with you for when we're down, and then find mountain pose at the top of your mat. Scan your body as you breathe. See if you can feel the energy moving through you, your breath. Are your palms open and your shoulders back? Did you naturally come into great alignment here? This is what we want. We want to come into this so often that the body just goes here, right? Now inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. So straight leg swan dive. Take it where you want. Head higher than heart, hands low, heels over hips over ankles. Those are your hips, not your heels. All right. Go ahead and bend your knees, bring your hands to your thighs, shine your heart forward for a half lift. Bring your fingers down and either go through a vinyasa or step back to downward facing dog. You decide where you are right now. What would you like to do? Of course, the vinyasa is plank, chaturanga, right? It's like the sun salutation. It's that part of, and then we go into down dog. All right, so now if you're in down dog, take your knees to one side, hips to the other. And come back to center. Bring your knees down and find seated mountain pose. If you are still going through a vinyasa, you just meet us in seated mountain pose. When you get here, inhale and exhale. The spine is long. So we did a lot of back bending. We're going to do some forward folding with a long spine. We're going to be folding from the hip creases. So find your hip creases right there. Sit up nice and tall. Arms up, long spine. Keep your spine long. Keep your ears right in between your arms and lean forward. Lean forward. And when you get to where you're going to stop, just bring your hands down. They could be on the mat next to your legs. They might have landed on your legs. Keep your gaze past your toes. So we're just giving the spine some time to extend here. Now start to draw your arms back up by your ears and sit up tall and release. All right, we're going to take that to a V now. So the legs are in V, the toes are face up, knees are face up. Once again, long spine, arms by the ears, fold it, turn your palms forward, folding forward here. When you stop, okay, we stop before we start to round the spine. Just bring your hands down and gaze past your fingers. Now bring the arms up by the ears, sit up nice and tall, bring your hands down. Take your legs back close together, give them a little shake here. Inhale and exhale, we're going to do those two again. So we start with the legs close, arms up by the ears, feet strongly flexed, everything super long as we reach, reach, reach. Stop before you start to round and just let your hands come down. Maybe you've got your toes, your shins, maybe your hands are on your thighs. Keep your spine long, that's all we're asking here. Release, arms back by the ears, sit up, exhale, hands down, V-sit again. Okay, so you take this as wide as you want. Your V might be narrow tonight. It might be a little wider. If you want to go even a little wider, you might put your hands behind your hips here and scoot yourself forward. If that works for you, that's an option. Okay, arms up, palms forward, folding from the hips, reach, reach, reach. Just let your hands come to the mat, gaze past your fingers. Arms back by the ears, lift up, hands down, legs together, and give everything a nice shake. Legs, wrists, everything. Okay, we're going to roll it down now. Oh, just feel that earth, feel everything connecting here. Inhale and exhale. Just draw your right knee in, your left foot still on the mat. Hold on to your right hamstring or your right shin, whatever feels good to you. We're still working on counterposing the back bending we did. Now release and draw your left knee in. You can hold your hamstring, you can hold your shin. And bring your left foot down. Okay, extend both arms and both legs. Inhale. Exhale, draw your knees in, both knees in. Now put your hands under your knees here, so they're on the back of your thighs. Take your knees away from you, and they're about, your legs are about hip-width distance apart. And rock. Massage your spine here. Extend the arms and the legs. Exhale, draw your knees in and find happy baby here. If your feet are too far away or you just want to relax a little more, hold on to your hamstrings instead of your feet. And from your happy baby, massage your spine. All right, we're going to release, bring both feet to the mat, Bring your hands down by your side and let your knees gently open and close like little butterfly wings. Okay. Keeping the left foot down, take your right leg up. We just want that foot to clear the floor. So the leg, your right leg could be straight up, it could be bent, and point and flex your right foot. Circle your ankle one direction and the other. And bring that right foot down, left knee up, point and flex. And circle one direction and the other. And release. We're going to do a little twist here. So you're centered. Bring your hands down by your side. Now lift your hips and send them 2 inches over to the right. Cross your right thigh over your left, so your right leg is closest to your body here. And take your right arm out from your shoulder and draw your legs, both of them to the left, as you gaze toward your right fingertips. Come on up, release, unwind the legs, lift the hips and center them. Now lift your hips and send them 2 inches over to the left. Cross your left thigh over your right, extend your left arm, and take your right hand outside your left leg. Take your legs over to the right as you turn your gaze to the left. And release your leg, come back to center, unwind the feet, bring your feet to the mat. Your arms are long out from your shoulders. Do a little butterfly here. And then just come back to center. Let your spine be at rest. We're going to extend through the fingers and wiggle into a gentle fist. Extend and wiggle. These muscles go all the way into your spine, so we're really helping our posture here as well as our well-deserving fingers and hands. Now with a gentle fist, rotate one direction and the other. Bring your hands down by your side and just let your head move side to side. Make sure the neck is okay, happy. And then come back to center. Scan your body from head to toe. See if there's any realignment or final moves that you need to do as you start to find your final relaxation position for this practice. So all the things that went on in this practice, all the poses that we did and moves that we did, contribute to how you're feeling right now. So that's why final relaxation may not always be exactly the same position, right? So find what's going to work for you. And when you get there, take a nice inhale through the nose. Slowly exhale. Release your body onto the earth. And moving into final relaxation. Slowly begin to bring your awareness back to your space. Invite a deeper breath. Bring movement back to your body. Gently wiggle fingers and toes. And on your next inhale, stretch long. Exhale, draw your knees in. Find your way over to a side. And carefully back up to a nice, easy seat. As you turn your gaze to your own good heart and your bright spirit, thank and honor yourself for your practice, and we thank and honor each other for sharing this time. Namaste.